Today we are making line blast-offs. Line is one of our art elements. Lines can express emotion, create depth, or define a space. We have all kinds of different lines that we can use. We're gonna need paper, water and a brush, a permanent marker, and watercolor markers. And we'll be drawing our first part with a pencil. It's always nice to start with pencil just in case you need to fix something. You have that eraser so that you can go back and fix it. Our rocket for our drawing is going to go up in the top left corner. And I'm going to start with a shape that kind of looks like I'm making a triangle, but a triangle with a little bit of a curve. And I want it to be pointed up towards that corner like it's blasting off into outer space. I'm going to just add some lines for some details, but you could practice on a scrap of paper and create a rocket that you like. Come up with your own details, what you want your rocket to be like. This is just one type of rocket, just kind of a simple shape, triangles, ovals, lines. Once you like how your rocket looks, then you can take a permanent marker and trace over your lines. The permanent marker is not going to be affected when we add water to our picture, but the lines that we make out of our other type of marker, our watercolor markers, will blend when we touch them with our water. But we don't want to mess up our rocket. Go ahead and finish tracing carefully all of your lines of your rocket with the permanent marker. Once you finish this, you might see some spots where your pencil still shows. Maybe you missed the line a little bit like I did. I'm going back and erasing the pencil where I didn't quite cover it all up with the permanent marker. Now, instead of steam or smoke coming out the back of our rocket that's blasting off, we are going to use different types of lines. I'm going to start with a pencil again, just in case I make a mistake. This way I know that I'm not going to be wasting my piece of paper. I started out with a loop-de-loop line. Now I'm adding a zigzag line, just back and forth, zigzag, zigzag. Next, I'm going to do a line that looks like it's jumping like a little frog. Little curve, 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 curve. Bounce, bounce, bounce like a frog. Straight line. This one kind of looks like steps. It's made up of lots of little straight lines, stepping up, stepping down, kind of like the top of a castle. I'm sure you can think of your own creative lines to add to the back of your rocket, or if you want to use the same ones that I did, that's fine too. Dotted line, stop, start, like a dashed line. I think I can fit one more line in behind my rocket. I'm going to end it the same way that I started, with a looping line. There, now that I've fit in all my lines, I'm going to go over them with my markers. And just for fun, I think I'm going to use a rainbow color scheme. I don't have a great red in my pack of markers, but I'm going to use a color that's kind of like red. So I'm going to go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and I'll end with a red violet. You don't have to use a rainbow color scheme. You could use any colors that you want to use. You could do a pattern. You can go back and forth between two colors. You could use all your favorite color. It's totally up to you. Go over trace over your pencil lines with those watercolored markers. As a little something extra, I think I'm going to add some stars up in my sky, just like a little night sky with some stars. Now we're going to take some water, just plain water and a brush, and just paint water over the top of all of your lines. Some markers are going to blend more than others. Mine took a little while. First it didn't look like they were going to do much, but then after it sat, then the watercolors started to spread a little. This step is optional. Maybe you don't want your colors to spread. Maybe you like them just how they are with just the marker, and that's fine too. It's totally up to you. And there you go. It's our line blast off. I know you guys are going to do an amazing job. Can't wait to see them.